Gentlemen, my name is Chris. We are live, and this is We Love Comics. Hopefully, you are having a great day, getting ready to enjoy your weekend. It is a crisp 67 degrees here in Florida. Absolutely loving it. This is my kind of cold front. Wouldn't change it for the world. And I got an unboxing with some one Silver Age and one Bronze Age key book. Um, it's all in one box, but these weren't buy it now best offers. These were auction prices. And I want to keep telling people that deals are always out there. I see so many YouTube channels in the quote unquote comic book community at this point saying that the comic book market is collapsing and there's no deals and all these people I like to call negative Nancy's, whether doing it for attention or whether they believe it, who knows? Each person's story is different. I'm not here to judge that. What I'm here to show you is deals are always out there, and it doesn't matter if a market is in an upturn or a downturn. You can make money if you know what you're doing, if you put in the time and effort, and if you have a positive attitude. Believe me when I say a positive attitude can make or break you achieving a goal and destroying the chances of ever getting a goal. So before I do the unboxing, I want to always make sure I give a shout out to my 9 Patreon members that I still have left. And as like I say all the time, if you want to join my Patreon and be a part of the We Love Comics Patreon community, you can go to patreon.com/we love comics. There are a couple of people that come and go. And even if somebody did the minimum for 1 month, because that's all they could do, I appreciate anyone's kindness because that's what it boils down to. It's not the amount and it's not the quality or quantity of people. It's the appreciation of somebody being kind. And if we have more of that in the world, it's just going to become better and better. So if you want to join my Patreon, and if we can get up to 20 members that are paid members of my Patreon, I'm going to do some giveaways. So it's going down a little bit. So an uphill climb, but it's not impossible. You'll get a shout out every single video. So shout out to Sith, Michael B, James R, Dan L, Herbert R, Annabelle N, Jason B. If you have Instagram, check out Scott at ScottWU077. And then last but not least, also if you have Instagram, check out Silver Age Surfer _comics. If your name is no longer on the Patreon list, there were some where the credit cards were denied or they were canceled, or I mean, so check and see if maybe there was an error on your end or something. So you can always join back in and your name will automatically go back up there. Or if you're a new member, it will be placed up there. And as you see with the last 2 names, normally when somebody joins Patreon, it says their first and last name. I'm never going to give out somebody's full name, so I'll do their name and initial. But if you want me to shout out your Instagram or other social networks or your YouTube channel or your Amazon page or eBay store, I have no problem with doing that. Just contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. So you could pause this. You could see if we get up to 20 paid members, I got giveaways that I want to give away. So you could check that out. And there is no minimum to join, other than the minimum to join anybody's Patreon, which is $2 a month. And again, like I said, it's not the dollar amount that matters, it's the kindness and support, because not only does it help me continue to get comics and doing videos that you love, but it supports me feeding and taking care of 20 to 25 stray cats. And just to show you really quick, give me a second. Come here, Mikey. This is one of the stray cats. Every now and then they like to come in. So his name is Mikey. And one day he just walked up and wanted to be fed, and he hasn't left. So every now and then, if he wants to sleep in, we let him sleep in. If he wants to come in the house, and as you can see, he's loving by biting me. Go ahead, go down. But just to show, the support helps me feed them and take care of flea medications and hospital stays and doctor's visits and all that other fun stuff. So it goes to a good cause. Also, I'm looking to do some trades. If you have or know anybody that has any of these key comics, I'm willing to trade. If it takes me 30 of my comics to acquire one of these, as long as it's a fair trade, absolutely would love to make that happen. It's a great way for two parties to be able to get comics that they love without having to spend thousands of dollars because you're trading one book for another set of books or one book for another one book. It depends on what you want. It also saves you literally hundreds of dollars in taxes. So that's money in your pocket instead of the government's. And also at the end of the year, speaking of taxes, you don't have to report trades because they're non-taxable income. So that's a great way to beat the system. So contact me peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com if you're interested in doing that. So let's put on well, I have the video camera on now. Got my nice little Yankees hat. Love the fact that I am close to Tampa, where the Yankees have their um, minor league system. Just love the fact of where I'm living. I love Florida, despite the storms and stuff like that. But anyway, here's the box. It's got two comics in it. If you're in the live chat, I always recommend, well, they don't recommend, but open up your eBay and check out the prices of these books. And then I'm going to ask you, before I mention the price of what I paid, what would you have been willing to pay for this, including shipping and handling and taxes? What would be the most you would have paid for these? But I always say look on eBay, so this way you can see what the amounts are going for. And I always base it on the lowest amount for sale if there's nothing that's been sold, because one of these is only a 0.5. But say it with me, ladies and gentlemen, low grade is better than no grade. And if you can get a deal on them, you can actually sell a lower grade comics faster than you can a higher grade comic. Because, for example, who wouldn't want to have a 9.0 Amazing Fantasy 15? Well, that kind of book is probably what? 70,000, 80,000, $90,000? How many people do you think have that kind of spare change that are going to go on eBay? If you have a 0.5 of that book, you could probably sell that for about 7 or 8,000, which, is not exactly cheap, but a lot more people would have a chance to be able to spend that than they would $90,000. So, I mean, you could use it with lower end comics. You don't have to go to extreme like some of the higher valued comics, but you get my point. Okay, so there are two comics in here. They put the blue painter's tape, which I always appreciate. This one looks really good. This is the one that I know is a 0.5, but even at a 0.5, I got this for way cheaper than what the lowest one you could buy on eBay for. And keep in mind, if you look these up on eBay, when you see the lowest price available, that doesn't include shipping and it doesn't include eBay taxes. So Michael B's got it says low grade is better than no grade. But let's say hello to everybody in the live chat. So if you want to join the live chat, even if you're not a subscriber, come join in because I always have audience participation. And at the end of the video, I always do a surprise subscriber shout out, and you don't have to be a subscriber unless you want to be. So we got Dan Lewis, welcome. Pino, always good to see you. Michael P, Lee Smith, and Collector's Inventory. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so here are the two comics. And like I said, there are so many YouTube channels right now. They're talking about, oh, the economy's bad for comics and prices are going down and blah, 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 and cry me a river. And yet people like me can find deals all the time. And I'm not talking about modern books that nobody cares about. When you see these are key books, especially the second one. And these weren't best offers this time. This was actually a timed auction. And I was the only bidders on these, which just blows me away. But it shows most people don't know the value of books. And they're not ready to take the chance because if it's low grade, they think they can't make money. Well, that's good for me because the people that cannot understand that to me just means I don't have to worry about them outbidding me. So with that being said, I hope you have your eBay open right now and you check the prices of these because of course I'll give the price, but I want to see what you would have paid for this first. So let's give a shout out quick to Enchanted Scrapper and Bronze Page Comics. Welcome, guys. So here's the first book. So we got Ghost Rider issue number 1. It's the not first appearance of Ghost Rider, but it's the first appearance of Damien Hellstorm in a cameo. So Ghost Rider 2 is actually a good comic to get as well, because that's the full appearance. But this is Ghost Rider, at least this version of Ghost Rider's first issue. Now, they were nice enough to put it in the Mylar. This is a mid-grade book. It's probably about a 4.5 to a 5.5. I tend to always end up either one or two, like usually in the middle is where it comes out. So this is probably around the 5.0. So I want you to look up Ghost Rider 1. Now, obviously, if you're watching this later on, you could just pause the video and then type in the comment section what you have paid for this. So I want you to look it up if you want, or you could just say, what would be the price, the highest you would pay for this book, including shipping and handling and taxes, for Ghost Rider #1. So I'll give people a couple of seconds to look it up, because I always recommend to people, if you know the value of things, if you know what it is, uh, as far as, rarity and value and what the prices are going for and the key issues to look for, if you're quick, you can grab things, especially when it comes to buy it now best offers. Because sometimes there are people that put prices on books that are so low, you don't even want to take the chance of entering a best offer, because by the time you did that, somebody would have snatched it up. So I'll give people another 20 seconds. So this is Ghost Rider #1. I think this is 1973 or 1974. So this is a Bronze Age book. And we'll tell you what the price is. I paid with shipping and handling. Michael P says Ghost Rider is one of my favorites. You would pay 175. And again, this, in my opinion, is probably about a 5.0. So it's not super low grade or anything. It's mid grade. And of course, when you get it graded, it'll just be worth more. But I paid with shipping and handling and with eBay taxes $128.04. So under $130 for a mid-grade Ghost Rider #1. Like I said, I believe this is at least a 5.0, might even be higher, but I'd rather be wrong and it be higher than wrong than be lower. So most people are saying, yeah, so collector's inventory says the last one who sold was $145. But remember, that's $145 plus shipping and plus taxes. So that would probably come out, depending on what they charge for shipping and handling, probably be about $165 to $175, which still, for that book, is not bad, because Ghost Rider is coming to the MCU. Remember that. So for those that can't afford Marvel Spotlight #5, which is the first appearance of Ghost Rider, this would be the next best thing. So definitely for $128.04 with shipping and handling, I got a good deal on that. And again, that wasn't a buy it now best offer. That was an auction that ended and I was the only bidder. This one blows me away. This is a 0.5 because it's missing the back cover. The rest of the book is complete, but it doesn't have the back cover. So that automatically makes it a 0.5. But even at a 0.5, this book is still worth hundreds of dollars. So you can look this up. So the book I won, and this is my third copy of this book, Amazing Spider-Man issue #1. So this is the first appearance of the Sinister Six. Now, this book has definitely been through the ringers. I mean, there is a subscription crease all the way down. There's a lot of color break increases. There's some dirt on here. So a dry cleaning or pressing really wouldn't do anything to this book, because you could get out every single dirt, every single crease in here, and it would still be a 0.5 because it's missing the cover. Michael P says US or Canadian variant. These are US versions. So Michael B says a 2.5 for $410 for Ghost Rider on eBay. Well, there you go. So it just shows for the 5.0, Again, I'm assuming it's a 5.0. I could be wrong. I'd have to look at the book. For $128, to me, that's a steal. So look this up, ladies and gentlemen. Look up what the lowest price is available for a zero point 0.5 of this book. Because remember, this is the first appearance of the Sinister Six. And even though Sony hasn't used them yet, thank goodness, because they would have probably ruined them. And hopefully they will give the rights, or at least allow Disney to use the rights of the Sinister Six. They will do it better. I mean, at that point, at this point, it's almost like a no-brainer because Sony just does not know what they're doing. So in the live chat, or if you're watching this later, tell me what would be the lowest price you would pay for this key issue, even at a zero point 0.5. So keep in mind, like I said, and this is why I want you to check, because I want people to get used to saying, well, I would pay this, but then you find out what the value of it is and what people are paying. Like somebody could say, oh, I would only pay $50 for this book. Well, you wouldn't even get an incomplete for $50 of this book. So I understand people will say things like, oh, I'm willing to pay such and such price. Well, if a book is worth 1,000, which this isn't, but if a book is worth 1,000 and you'd say I'd only pay 200, well, you're never going to get it unless you find somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. So I'll give people another minute or two to look it up, but put in the comment section, or do this later on if you're watching it later. What would be the highest amount with shipping and handling and taxes you would pay for this zero point 0.5 Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1? So Michael B is doing all the research, so good job, Michael B. He says, and he's right, the cheapest available to buy on eBay for this at a zero point 0.5 is $350 plus shipping and plus taxes. So taxes on $350 would be roughly around $27. So you're talking with shipping and handling, probably about $380 to $395 for this book minimum. And I know people will say things like, oh, I would only spend a certain amount for a book because it's a zero point 0.5. Well, good luck buying a zero point 0.5 of Amazing Fantasy 15 for under $4,000, $5,000. So Michael B says a 2.0 is 550. Algorithm says, yes, this is annual number 1. So this came out in 1964. And it's the first appearance of the Sinister Six. This is actually my third copy. I have one that I think is about a 3 or a 3.5, and another one that is a 0.5. So will be my third one at a 0.5. And if they ever do the Sinister Six in an MCU movie, this book is just going to continue to go up. But books like this don't need movies or TV shows to keep them valuable. It'll increase the value, but this will never go to $10. So, with shipping and handling, I paid $114.46. So, under $115. And if you look on eBay right now, the cheapest one available for sale at a zero point 0.5 is $350 plus tax plus shipping. And I won it on an auction, not a best offer, not a buy it now, and paid a grand total of $114.46. Now, if you look these up, the Ghost Rider was originally $145, but because I bought 2 comics from them, they gave me a refund, a partial refund on the shipping costs. So if you look it up, it'll show the sale for $145.97. But with the discounts that they gave me on the shipping and handling, the Ghost Rider came out to $128.04. Because I bought Amazing Spider-Man first and paid for it. And then I ended up winning another auction that ended up from the same seller. And without even asking, they actually, within probably 15 minutes of me paying, sent me a partial refund for combined shipping cost. So I basically paid about $240 for both of these books, including shipping and handling and including taxes. So I paid less for both of these than what somebody could get this for if they bought it on eBay right now. What I want to try and teach people, I don't do this to brag, because not for nothing, bragging about a zero point 0.5 book that's not a mega key, but it is a key, that would be just ego. What I'm trying to teach people is, here's the beautiful thing about free will. You can believe anything you want to believe. You can listen to anyone you want to listen to. So I know there are a lot more popular channels than mine when it comes to the comic book community. I mean, the fact that right now, what is there, maybe 20 people at best watching my live stream? Let me see. There are 13. So I don't get a lot of viewers. Okay. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm popular or anything like that, or even relevant. What I can show is, by every video that you watch of mine, time and time again, showing that there are always deals out there. So if you want to listen to all these bigger channels that are basically, they seem like TikTok now. I mean, I'm watching, and I don't subscribe and I don't watch these, but I see other people's videos showing clips from other people. And some of the channels now, they're just trying to be as wild or as crazy or as ridiculous as they can to get views, because that's all it comes down to. And it's like, when did YouTube become TikTok, where people are going to scream and do ridiculous things and start drama and fights for viewership and likes? I don't understand it. But a lot of those channels are telling you, oh, the comic market's dead and the values are going down and I'm losing my shirt and you'll never win and blah, blah, blah. If you want to listen to those negative Nancy's, by all means, you have the right to do it. But I keep trying to show you time and time again, if you put in the effort, if you have a positive outlook, if you do your research and know the value of books, you can achieve what most people say can't be done. If you want to be those people that say, oh, it's too difficult, or it's impossible, or it can't be done, or everything's bad, and blah, blah, blah. If you want to be one of those people, by all means, please do. But if you want to know that there are deals out there, and it doesn't matter if you're looking for a specific comic and 999 times you fail, you only need one time to succeed to make it worthwhile. And like I've said, I've shown books where I bought this year, Fantastic Four number 52, first appearance of Black Panther. It was raw when I bought it. And when I sent it to get graded, it came back either a 3.0 or a 3.5. With shipping and handling and with taxes, I paid $69 for that book. It was a just listed, buy it now. And they had, believe it or not, a best offer. But I was like, you got to be crazy for a book that's worth about between $350 and $450. And somebody lists it for $69. If you don't grab that right away and you try and do a best offer, it's going to be gone before you ever get a response. But if you don't know values and you don't know the significance of a book right away, quickly, by the time you're done researching it, people like me have already bought it. And like I said, Black Panther, the first appearance of Black Panther, yes, has it gone down in price? It sure has. But do you think I could make money on a 3.0 or a 3.5 Amazing I'm sorry, Fantastic Four number 52, first Black Panther, that I paid $70 for? The deals are out there. I do this to show you time and time again. Here's a book I bought a year or two ago. Amazing Spider-Man number 7. Second appearance of the Vulture. Probably a 2.5 to a 3.5 range. I paid $177. $176.99. Deals are out there. Unless you don't want to believe it, or you want to hook your wagon to these other channels that are very full of drama, that are very popular, that'll tell you all the things you want to hear, and they're going to tell you that you cannot find deals and the market's bad. Is the market doing its best right now? No. Is it gone down since the 2020 to about 2023? It sure has. But you think me buying this book for $114.46, you don't think I can make money on this? Hook your wagon horse to any wagon you want. But if that wagon has no wheels, all it's going to do is drag you behind. So hopefully people will see that deals are out there. Like I said, I paid less for both of these books than you can buy this book for right now on eBay. So do your work, do your research, have a positive outlook. It's like dating. If you had 99 girls or guys turn you down, and then the 100th person says yes, and you spend the rest of your life with that person, would you give a rat's behind about the other 99? No. When it comes to selling books, if you've watched my auctions, you will see every auction I have, I sell multiple thousands of dollars worth of comics, and I do maybe between 10 and 15 sales at maximum. And I make multiple thousands of dollars, which means for months I can pay my bills, I can take care of the stray cats outside and buy them food and get them shelters and other things, and not have to be out doing a 9 to 5 job that I hate and spend no time with my wife. I can do what I love. And the times are not awesome right now. And I can't make, you know, Bill Gates money on these things. But, as they say, money isn't everything. Many people need to realize that. You can have, look at the world that we're living in right now. The people that are supposedly in charge of the world are the wealthiest people in the world. And you look at most of them, except for somebody like Elon Musk, look at the faces of most of the people that are billionaires. They look miserable. They look like their life is garbage. They seem angry. Look at Hollywood right now after the election. It doesn't matter to me who you voted for or who you rooted for, blah, blah, blah. Whether you voted for a new way of thinking or voting for the old way of thinking, look at how so many people, like movie stars and singers and sports athletes on the losing side, look how bitter and angry they are. That's not a good way to go through life, albeit a choice, but it's not one I would make. So if you want to hook your horse to a comic book channel that has the wagon that tells you you're never going to achieve anything, the prices are going too low, everybody's panicking, there are no deals out there. If you want to follow those people and listen to their advice, go ahead, but don't complain that you're not motivated to do anything. So I can continue even when the comic book community deserts the comic book community because they're done losing. I will still make deals. I will still find deals. I will still be able to turn around and sell books and make a decent amount of money to make sure my bills get paid without having to work a 9 to 5 job or working 60 hours a week, spending my entire life making somebody else wealthy. And like I said, I'm not going to become Bill Gates selling these comics. But if I can make just enough to get my bills paid and be able to stay at home to take care of my cats and just spend my days with my wife, to me, that's paradise. So no one's commenting at this point, so that means probably most people either fell asleep or left by now, and that's perfectly fine. Considering, yes, there are 0 concurrent viewers. So unfortunately, most people don't want to hear the positive. People like drama. So what I would recommend to people, watch TikTok, because you'll get plenty of that. So, I'll do a shout out anyway, even though no one's watching. So we're going to go Pino and Michael P, because you did all of the research. So I want to thank those that did watch. And hopefully you'll find that deals are out there and you'll put the effort in and you'll stop attaching yourself to all these negative people that just want nothing but drama because they need the attention, because that's how they get people to go to their channel so they can make a little bit of ad revenue and feel relevant. I would say thanks for watching, but I don't think anybody's watching right now. Oh, we do. Wow, look at this. Dan Lewis. Uh, I don't do drama. Yeah, I don't blame you. My original channel, my original We Love Comics channel, I would do a live show and there'd be 12, 1,300 people watching. And then people that I thought were my friends, not all of them, obviously. Shout out to Mr. White Gloves, for example, one of the good ones. There were people who stabbed me in the back and admitted on live air during a live show that they just used me, that they couldn't stand me for whatever reason, but utilized me and took advantage of the fact that when I did auctions, I used to let people on for 8 hours. I wouldn't sell any books in my auctions back then. I was the first one to ever come up with a comic book auction, although community will never give me credit for that. And they all stabbed me in the back, and they were all trying to do this drama. And at first, I was defending myself, and then after a while, I'm just like, it's not worth it. And I just shut the channel down. And I gave up all of those views and I gave up all of that revenue because I don't need fame if it's coming from drama. I mean, there are channels I'm subscribed to that I really respect them, and certain things that they choose to do, which is perfectly fine. You could do whatever you want, that I just don't align with. And I think is actually going to hurt them in the long run. But you have the right to do it. My thing is, if people want drama, they do it for one reason. All those that say they don't like drama, then all I have to ask is all of the YouTube channels just in the comic book community that are causing drama, why are they the ones that have 3, 4, 5,000 views if people don't care about the drama? I mean, people can't be honest. I don't watch any of that stuff because I'm no longer a child. And I don't need to defend myself anymore. People can think any way they want. I make videos. I show deals. You can look them up on eBay and you can see them. They don't always post for some reason, but I've never once lied about any price that I've ever paid on a book, because why would I? It's just stupid. But I try to teach the very few that'll listen that deals are out there if you put in the effort, if you put in the time, if you utilize your ability to gather knowledge about the things you collect and invest in. Because even if you buy books just solely because you want to read them, or even if you buy them just because you think the covers look pretty enough to hang on your wall, why would you spend more on a book when you could spend less on a book? So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you so much to the people that watched. Thank you to the people that were in the live chat. Let's give our shout outs a shout out. If you want to hit subscribe, that's great. Also, if you want to purchase one of my mystery boxes, I just put the link in the live chat. It's also in the description. So if you want to participate in one of my purchasing of one of my mystery boxes, when you click on the website, you'll see like pyramids and soaps and necklaces and things. That is the right site. Just scroll all the way down by the bottom until you see the comic section. There's anywhere from a $25 mystery box up to a $5,000 mystery box. And I can promise you, if you're getting the more expensive boxes, you're not getting generic comics you've never heard of. You're not getting a $5,000 mystery box where you're having, Raggedy Ann and Andy #4 in it. Maybe #3, but definitely not #4. So if you ever do an unboxing video, which by the way, I want to give a shout out, go to Trade Paper Dad. It's Trade Paper, it's not all one word. It's Trade Paper Dad. Go to his channel. He bought one of my auctions. I won't say what comic it was. It's a key comic, a pretty big key comic. And he did an unboxing. So if you want to see how I package the books and you want to support other YouTubers, go check him out. And in the comment section, just say "We Love Comics" sent you. Um, and that's basically it. So if you want to order one of the mystery boxes, if you do a video, send me the link and I'll share it. I'll subscribe to your channel if I haven't subscribed, and I'll promote it, because that's what real comic community or any community does. It shouldn't always be about me, me, me. It should be us. And that is why I didn't call this "You Love Comics." That's why I didn't call this "I Love Comics." I called it We Love Comics. So if you want to hit the thumbs up, that's great. If you want to hit the thumbs down, perfect. Leave a comment after the beep. And if you want to critique the thumbnail, my AI art, always love to hear your responses, whether they are positive or negative. If they're negative, give me constructive criticism of what I can do to make it more improved. And then again, if you want to join my Patreon and get a shout out every single video, you can go to patreon.com/we love comics. And if I get to 20 people, who knows, stranger things have happened. I got some giveaways. For every $2 you put into your We Love Comics account, you'll get one entry. So the more you put in, the more entries you'll get. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And don't forget, it's not you. It is not I. It is We Love Comics. Appreciate you all.